welcome to the show. My name is Clau and my guest today is Sandy Tuckwell. I will give you a quick introduction. Sandy is a true leader in the recruitment industry with 25 years of experience under her belt. And she has a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and is a senior recruitment consultant within the technical operations and engineering space at 6 Degrees Executive here in Sydney. Sandy and I have worked together in recruitment before, around 2012 when I just moved to Australia. And I've always been inspired by her genuine and sharp curiosity and people management skills. Sandy traveled last year to Europe for a round trip of 6 months. So that was just in time. Glad you done it, probably.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we are both keen food and wine lovers and, of course, dogs. And one of your dogs might pop up later on.
Yes, very unpredictable, but yes, it could happen, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see. And I'm keen to hear about your perspective on shifting leadership. So good to have you here today. What are some challenges that you faced and what are the opportunities that you see?
Yeah, well, absolutely. We've had loads of challenges, haven't we, since March. And as you know yourself, having worked in recruitment, recruitment's all about relationships, conversations, being consultative. So I think the first biggest challenge has been adapting that to virtual conversations.
Yeah.
So obviously everyone's had to go to this sort of virtual world, and that, you know, particularly for candidates, clients most probably are a lot more adaptive, but candidates haven't really had this method before. So there's been a lot of coaching and training them that, you know, a virtual interview is a little bit different to a face-to-face interview, and how to get them what we call match fit for those interviews. So it has been interesting, and obviously candidates are facing a lot of challenges at the moment. There's been a lot of redundancies, there's been a lot of uncertainty in certain sectors. Other sectors have been doing well. Life sciences has been going great, but, you know, certainly in mining, not so well. The food sector's doing really well. So, you know, different candidates have had different struggles. So it's obviously helping them through those challenges, giving them advice. Just having time to talk to them is really important, you know, demonstrating empathy and maybe having longer conversations. That's what I've sort of been, where I'm trying to add value to those people at the moment. And from a client point of view, it's, yeah, the challenge again is just doing sort of everything virtual. You know, how do you do a virtual induction of a candidate? Can you delay that person's start date for a month? You know, so there's lots and lots of challenges. There's lots of talking through those issues and just sort of trying to brainstorm and come up with better ideas. You know, just trying to stay positive. I think for candidates at the moment, it's really about trying to stay positive.
I can imagine, like I said, you're a true people manager, so empathy is definitely of value there. And what helps you to increase your thinking power and focus in these times?
Yeah, well, look, definitely, I'm a big person. I love brainstorming. I mean, even this morning, I had a colleague call from Brisbane just out of the blue, and we started brainstorming some ideas. So that's most probably what really sort of really gets me challenging. I mean, I'm a blue sky sort of person, so I love blue skying. With clients and candidates, I mean, with clients filling a difficult brief, that's what really sort of gets me thinking and gets me focused. For candidates at this time, it would definitely be helping them think outside the square. So, you know, where else can they put their skill set? So what other sector, what other industry, you know, what would be a really big challenge for them, but and would stretch them from a professional point of view. So that's what gets me sort of thinking.
Yeah, amazing to hear. And as you can see, I like blue skies too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's your take on reinventing yourself?
Well, embracing change, I think, is reinventing.
Mm.
That's my thought process. And as you mentioned in the introduction, um, I did take some time off to go traveling. So for me, it's getting back into that trusted advisor space.
Mm.
I've come back into recruitment. That's the space I like to play in. So it's definitely getting back into that trusted advisor space for my candidates and clients. It's adding value. And from a virtual point of view, I mean, if we keep working from home,
Mm.
one of the biggest benefits of that, I think, for everyone is that you've got more work-life balance. So keeping that up. So, going for that walk, connecting with friends, playing with the dogs. I mean, it's all adds value to that, to your work. And then that is then transferred into your workplace. So yeah, just having that sort of positive interaction. But I'm a very optimistic person. So, to me this is actually an opportunity for people to do something different.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll echo that. And what risks are you willing to take when you look forward in that role as trusted advisor, or in your seeking your own balance?
Mm-hmm. Um, well, as I mentioned, I mean, I'm not risk averse. I have never been risk averse. So, even taking that time off last year, I left a great job. I found a fantastic company when I got back. So that was a little bit of a risk to take. So 6 Degrees has been amazing. It's great team, great company. It's very forward thinking. It suits my style.
Yeah.
So I'm learning about new sectors as well. I haven't done engineering recruitment for a while, so that's been exciting. Getting into new sectors, new spaces, new clients,
Yeah.
talking to new candidates. Yeah, so that's sort of, I suppose, is what's really challenging at the moment. But yeah, I suppose it was a bit of a risk to take a bit of a sabbatical, but back into the swing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what will you be doing differently going forward now with the recharge of your trip to Europe, and knowing how to reinvent yourselves and knowing the risk you're willing to take? What will you be doing differently going forward, or maybe the same?
Um, it's a good question. Well, definitely, I think COVID-19 will see us working more flexible
Mm.
in terms of virtual working. I think a lot of people will embrace working from home now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping clients do that too, because that was always a struggle. When I was working in life sciences, people would say, well, yeah, look, maybe you can work from home 1 day a week, but you know what it's like when you're juggling families and busy work schedules. That may not be enough. So I'm hoping that's something that people embrace.
Yeah.
Um, I think just being a lot more supportive to clients and candidates, and just helping candidates think outside the square. So, what great jobs and opportunities are going to happen in post COVID, and I'd like to think the government's going to support us by, thinking about manufacturing and thinking about sort of what other areas economically we
Yeah.
can really support. So yeah, I think post COVID-19 is going to be interesting, and let's hope it's a new era.
Yeah, thanks so much
Thanks.
for sharing your wisdom, Sandy. And I hope to see you soon again live. And thanks everyone for joining in. Keep shifting, and I'll see you next time on the Shift to
Right.
Business show. Bye.